All right, fine. Kingston Xerxes Theophilus Lamola from the Department of Business Management and the School of Economics and Management, and from the umbrella faculty of Management and Law from the University of Limpopo in South Africa. So my topic is all about modeling owner physiognomies and incitements for the adoption of the enterprise application architecture for supply chain management in small and medium enterprises, a case of Capricorn District Municipality. So now I'm going to take you through the introduction, and now I'm saying that the adoption of enterprise application architecture for supply chain management in small and medium enterprises is influenced by owner physiognomies and incitements on routine basis. The enterprise application architecture is essential for optimizing supply chain management performance, since it enlightens and enhances the enterprise services, software, and the hardware. The learning objective is to examine whether the owner physiognomies and incitements influence the adoption of enterprise application architecture for supply chain management within small and medium enterprises. So now we're facing the challenges being faced by the small and medium enterprises in Capricorn District Municipality. They encountering, let's say, lack of financial access and viability, lack of formal education and training, lack of technical skills and development. As part of the discussion now, I'm gonna explicate and eliminate the definition for EAA to say that now the enterprise application architecture is regarded as a system where the software and the hardware applications that are connected to each other in such a way that new components can easily be integrated with the existing ones. Then again, now we're facing the essential principles that induces perceived attitudes on 3 dimensions on owner physiognomies and incitements. The first one, we're talking about alternative user-based solutions, resistance to change together with the technological aversion. As we're moving forward, guys, then again, we're facing small, medium enterprise owners benefits on self-leadership from a positive creativity climate that leverages, let's say, synergistic creativity. Then together with encouraging innovation to provide a long-term competitive advantage. Then as a continuation, again now, we're facing the requirements for great supply chain partners for an optimum enterprise application architecture adoption. At first, we're talking about the reliability, excellence, value, expertise, problem solving. Then again, as a continuation, we're talking about continuous improvement, support, positive attitude, global reach, together with strong relationships that needs a special attention. As we're moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, now we're facing the criteria that are linked with quality work output for supplying chain management activities within, let's say, small and medium enterprises. At first, we're talking about the application performance review, scalability, web application, interoperability, synthetic, together with usability, reliability, availability, security architecture design, maintainability of applications, modifiability, testability, reusability, and supportability. Okay. Then again, very much important to note that pertaining to the methodology, I used SPSS version 25 in order to analyze my data. But first and foremost, if you can check over here, guys, I produced or managed to do the Chromback Alpha for the reliability of data. So now if we can check, first and foremost, we're saying that for the Chromback Alpha pertaining to the rule of thumb is saying that it's got to be at least 70%. But now if we can check, we managed to produce, let's say, 0.874% pertaining to the owner, physiognomies and incitements. And then lastly, pertaining to the actual adoption of EAA, we managed to produce, let's say, 0.873. So meaning that all these variables, they're reliable for the study. Then from there, as we're moving forward again, over here, again, we produce the normality test of the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. So now, if you can check over here, we're having N, or the data being collected from the respondents. We only had, let's say, 310, of which now very much important again to say the mean is at 22.80. I'm scrolling to the next slide. Then over here again, we're facing the normal distribution all over, let's say, owner physiognomies and incitements. So very much important to note that now we managed to produce, let's say, a normal distribution curve. This is it. So meaning that again, if you can check, our mean is at 22.81 together with a standard deviation of 3.263. So meaning that now if we can check, our standard deviation is acceptable simply because it's below 5%. Then again, the sample or the N is at 310. Then lastly, now as we're moving forward, over here, I use this table again to measure, let's say, the normality. So meaning that we use the Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. So meaning that now, again, very much important, if we can check, our degree of freedom is at 310, which again, if we can check now, pertaining to the skewness and the kurtosis, so meaning that it's at 0, no, this one, the skewness is at minus 0.196, of which again now the kurtosis is at minus 0.141. So what we need to do again, we can go back to the previous figure, this one, to say, okay, fine. Again, we can explain the kurtosis and the skewness of the distribution curve. To say, if you can check over here, we're talking about the kurtosis, then over this side, we're talking about the skewness. Then again, over here, we're having the graphical presentation of the linear regression. This is the last thing that I've produced in order to make the interpretation for my results. So now if we can check initially pertaining to this graph was saying that we're having the linear regression to say y is equals to a plus bx. So meaning that now the y, this one represents the dependent variable, which is the actual adoption of enterprise application architecture on the vertical side. Then again, we're having the y-axis intercept at 19.49 plus the b. This one is the slope of 0.9. What does it mean now? It means that
excuse me, we have 2 more minutes, sir. It's my job to tell you that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right, thanks. So meaning that now, this slope, it means that it's the results pertaining to owner physiognomies and incitements. And again, it means that the very same proportion can be used in order to compare, let's say, the enterprise owners to do what? To adopt, let's say, the enterprise application architecture. The substantial suggestions, the government of South Africa should prioritize the adoption of enterprise application architecture for supply chain management within, let's say through feasible and viable channels by eliminating unfair qualifying criteria such as age, geographic location, and so forth. Last but not least, over here, we're facing the limitations to the study based over, let's say, lack of previous research studies on the topic, respondents' delays on feedback mechanisms. And then here are my contact details. Thanks very much.